All right. What's going on, family? I'm here. I'm here ready to chop it up, making sure my system is working right. Seeing a couple of little errors on my end. I hope you guys see me. Hope the video and the sound is good. Glad to have everybody tuning in on this lovely evening. Welcome to the Sunday night Tariq Nasheed live Ustream, ladies and gentlemen. And I am ready to chop it up with you guys. I'm a little late. My bad. I'm a little late. Had to do a little resting today. I've been running around all week. What the fuck is this? My mom texting me. You know I'm doing my show, Mom. Yes. I hate when people, you know I'm doing my show, and you text me right when I'm on air. All right. Let me take a gander in the chat room. Let's see what's happening. All right, oh yeah. All right, we're in the chat room heavy. We're in here heavy. A lot of stuff we gotta discuss tonight, but we're here. My mods in here. Natural Charm is in here. Let me see who else. My other mods. James Ramones, Miss Braxton, Natural Charm. Ola should be here shortly. And Ola, remind me, I got to get your hotel stuff together, Ola. Shout out to the UK. I'm going to be in the UK. When am I going to be out there? In a couple of weeks. I'm going to be in the UK in a couple of weeks. Birmingham, England. I'm going to see Birmingham, England come through and chop it up. What's up, Ola? Ola's in the house. Everybody say what's up to Ola. Now, what happened down at Houston's? Shout out to my man Jay Morrison. That's my dude. Jay Morrison, the real estate brother. That's my brother. And I don't know exactly what happened at Houston's restaurant down in Atlanta. Can somebody from Atlanta call me and let me know what's going on? I just want to go get right to the point. When a 404 number comes through, I'm going to answer it. But some of my Atlanta people call me and let me know exactly what went down with that situation at Houston's restaurant in Atlanta. Who owns Houston's in Atlanta? For some reason, I thought like Huffy or Denzel or somebody owned Houston's. Yeah, I saw something with T.I. He was there. But somebody call me, 818-850-5404. Houston's, it's a national chain. Okay. Because that black folks can't get to the point. I know, we be all over the place. Maz G, I know, man. I know. I'm going to be in Birmingham, England, man. Y'all just take the train on up, man. You know, come on through from London. Just take the train on up and kick it with me, man. Y'all can get your tickets at 1804movie.com. Now, we had a second showing for New York. That's been sold out. We got 2 New York showings. Both of them are sold out in New York. Washington, D.C. is sold out. So if you're in Washington, D.C., anywhere in that area, you're going to have to go up to Baltimore. We got 2 other theaters in Baltimore that's showing it. So you guys can go get your Baltimore tickets at 1804movie.com. LA is almost sold out, and that's in a few days. The LA showing is going to be on the 12th. It's in a few days. So I want to see y'all there. Nothing for Alabama yet. We tried to work something, but, you know, what's up, Butterfly? How are you? Yeah, I would like somebody to call me to let me know what happened with the Houston thing. I don't want to watch a video. I would just like to know what happened. But there's a lot of stuff going on. Mike Pence, vice president, today, was it today or yesterday, they pulled that publicity stunt. I think it was today. Or, yeah, I don't know when they pulled this stunt. The Trump administration, they pulled this publicity stunt where Mike Pence went to a 49ers game When they kneeled for the national anthem, he got up and walked out and then made this big statement. I'm going to leave the game. If they kneel and disrespect the flag, I'm going to walk out. And he put out a statement. Then he put up a picture as if he was at the game, but found out the picture is like 3 years old from like 2014. I mean, just the lies and the deception with these folks, it's just shameless. But that was nothing but a publicity stunt in order to galvanize the anti-black sentiment from Trump supporters. They're really going to go in on the anti-black sentiments. Because white supremacy is on the hot plate. You even have black hockey players protesting against white supremacy. What's up? You say the DC link, DC ticket link gives an error message because the DC tickets are sold out. That's probably why. The DC tickets are sold out. So that's probably why you're getting an error message. Let me look on there again. Let me look at 1804movie.com. They probably just got tired of people sending inquiries. I'm going to it now. Okay, yeah. They just took it on down. Yeah, it's sold out, and they just took it on down. Yeah, they took the ticket sales down in Washington, D.C. It's sold out, and they hit me up in New York. I mean, people are just flooding the movie theaters with calls because all the showings are sold out. So we're doing the best, man. We're doing the best we can do. That's why y'all need to get your tickets. All these other cities, you need to get your tickets. Dallas is about to be sold out. I know that. I think they got about 10 seats left. Oh, yeah, in Atlanta. Don't forget, we do have a showing in Atlanta. The showing in Atlanta is going to be on Wednesday, October 18th at the Midtown Arts Cinema. So that's going to be on a Wednesday, one night only. Y'all get y'all tickets in Atlanta. Now, that's going to be sold out pretty soon. I think Atlanta's already sold out. I just saw it. So Atlanta's sold out. Hold on one second. Let me check something. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. A lot of these are getting error messages. Okay, that's strange. Hold on. Might be something going on with their website or something. Hold on. Let me double check this thing. Hold on. Y'all, bear with me 1 second. Because I'm getting a lot of error messages here. And I will check with them tomorrow to see what's going on. Y'all bear with me. Bear with me. Okay. Something might be going on with their website. Yeah, something might be going on with Landmark Theater's website, ma'am. Let me see who this is. What's up? Who's calling?
Hey, what's up? This is Pope from Atlanta. What's up, Black?
Hey, man, how you doing, family?
I'm all right, sir. I'm all right. I just want to touch on something that I've been thinking about listening to a couple of your shows in the past week.
Okay.
Just with the whole, what we might call allies, white people at some of these, Black Lives Matter rallies and the anti-Trump rallies and things like that. And, a large amount of these people go by underneath a banner of Antifa, which stands for anti-fascist.
Right.
And I think sometimes we can tend to see that these people tend to take up the black banner and speak on our issues, black issues, in a sympathetic manner, but they also have other agendas at play.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you could speak on that and maybe, get down on that.
I will. Thanks for the call, brother. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Like our brother John Henry Clark said, we really don't have no friends. And, I commend people who fight up against some of the white supremacists. I commend that. But again, some of these people understand there is a civil war between white supremacists and white extremists. So you can have people who are white supremacists and they will have a civil war beef with another white extremist. And there's infighting within the suspected white supremacist crowd, just like people like Ben Shapiro. who's a known suspected white supremacist, he kind of has a little beef with Richard Spencer, who's pretty much an open white supremacist. So that doesn't nullify their anti-black views. Sometimes they just fight over who's going to get the bigger piece of the pie. So don't ever be thwarted by that. Don't be thrown off by that. They're white supremacists, and the white supremacist suspects always have civil wars. And the end game is who gets to dominate, mistreat you the most. So don't even trip on that. But we really have no friends, and all that, you have a lot of these fake liberals who still have the white supremacist views. You have these fake liberals, for example, you know, Vice, the Vice Media Corporation, a website blog. I just say they're a media corporation because they do have a television show and the whole thing. And I've been calling out Vice for a long time. Recently, and Vice is supposed to be all liberal. They're supposed to be very liberal. That's their whole shtick. And I've been calling Vice out for a long time because Vice was co-founded by a white supremacist suspect named Gavin McInnes. He's a suspected white supremacist, very dangerous views. He's written blogs. He works with different openly white supremacist sites like VDare and American Renaissance. See, we study these folks. Yeah, Baked Alaska, Mike Cernovich, all of these, they have these little bullshit beefs, and they're all on the same team. But Vice, BuzzFeed just revealed that some of the people at Vice were working directly with the alt-right, particularly Milo, and feeding them information. So you had people working at Vice who were working alongside the alt-right white supremacists, and that person has been fired from Vice, though. But Vice was started again by a suspected white supremacist, and I've always called out Vice with their fake liberalism. Even before I knew that Vice was co-founded by a suspected white supremacist, I saw some of the footage that they would do and the racist overtones and undertones of them. I remember seeing a Vice documentary years ago. They were talking about Liberia, and they did something very deceptive. They showed wartime footage and pretended that's how Liberia was, like, all the time. So stuff like that, when they pull little shit like that, but they're supposed to be liberal, ain't no liberal or conservative. You just have different banners of white supremacists. Same thing. But again, I was talking about the NFL. So Mike Pence did this big publicity stunt, wasted taxpayer dollars going up here fronting, causing a big scene, kneeling, protesting against the players, upset with the black players for kneeling, trying to make it about the flag. Who's coming out? It must be my daughter. This whole thing where they're desperately trying to make it about the flag when they know it's not, and that's why you got to stay on your square. They keep trying to pretend that it's about the flag. They know it's not about the flag. They know it's not. Understand, the game of the white supremacists is to deflect. Yeah, Jesus and Miro, they're affiliated with Vice. And I don't, Who the fuck is this at my house? Hold on one second. Someone's at my house. Who the fuck is this? Hold on. Let me look at my security ringers. Hold on. Y'all bear with me. Somebody's ringing my doorbell over here. Who the fuck is at my house? Who the fuck is this? Oh, okay. My daughter's friend? Okay. No, okay, my daughter's friend. All right. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. All right. But, yeah, they're still trying to run with that. They're still trying to deflect. They've been doing everything they can to take pot shots at the black NFL players. That suspected white supremacist in Vegas, The house key? You locked yourself out?
Nobody asked me.
You left?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you left. Okay, I was wondering who's ringing the doorbell. Okay, bring it right back.
You would have clued it.
Yeah, I thought. Okay. What's up, Lonnie? What you? Hurry up, baby. You understand? They don't give a shit about no flag. Trust me, all this fake ass admiration for the flag, these suspected white supremacists will burn a flag and pick up a Confederate flag and an Irish flag, which is what they were doing in Vegas. They all had that Irish flag like they were Irish. Thank you, dear. So yeah, they could care less about the flag. And again, their whole thing is trying to control the narrative. Their whole thing is trying to control the narrative. They've been trying to control the narrative and lie. They told a lie on Kaepernick today. They tried to say that Kaepernick said that he'll go back to the NFL. If they let him back, he'll stand up for the national anthem. They put that lie out about Kaepernick, and he didn't say that at all. The reporter, who they got the source from, he straight up lied. I know Jerry Jones, he was out there with the fake kneeling, but now Jerry Jones got back into slave master mode. He said, hey, if any of these Negroes, if you kneel and protest against white supremacy, you ain't gonna play. The owner, Jerry Jones, said, hey, look, Trump is my dude. If you kneel protesting white supremacy, you ain't gonna play. I saw that. I saw the video of that white supremacist lady assault the Laker fan because he didn't stand for the national anthem. And notice, there was a white dude and a light-skinned black dude. The white supremacist female skipped over the white dude and threw a drink on the black dude. You dig? So Jerry Jones, he got his Negroes back in plantation mode. They should be protesting more than ever. And understand this, Trump has always had this vendetta against the NFL anyway. Trump has always had that vendetta. Do you know back in the 80s, Trump had another football league. I think it was called the United States Football League, the USFL. And actually, from what I understand, I may be wrong, but from what I understand, I know for a fact that Trump and the USFL went to court against the NFL. I know that Trump's league, went to court against the NFL. They tried to sue each other, something like that. And Trump was banned, from what I understand, for life from fucking with the NFL or owning anything. That's why he's not an owner of nothing in the NFL. You know, because I think Trump was back then trying to force some kind of merger. Yeah, he won like $3. Yeah, but they were trying to file a lawsuit, and it was some kind of hostile takeover. They were going to try to finagle. Trump is known for all that old bullshit. Oh yeah, Trump fucked up the USFL. He fucked it all up, and indirectly that caused many black players to get more money because Trump would come in and try to buy out people like Lawrence Taylor. He would try to buy him out and offer him a lot of money, and then the NFL would have to step their game up. So inadvertently, that made the NFL cough up more dough. But yeah, Trump is all about revenge. So Trump is, from what I understand, he's still salty behind that, and he's banned from the NFL. So he's had this vendetta anyway, and also his racial views with these Negroes embarrassing him internationally. So that's a problem. Yeah, that's why Herschel Walker, he gave Herschel Walker a lot of money to play for that league. That's why Herschel Walker today is kissing his ass. Herschel Walker is sounding like 12 years a slave. Y'all just been Mr. Trump and the flag, Lord Jesus. He bucking his eyes. All these Negroes Trump gave money to back in the day, they buck their eyes. Negroes are like loyal slaves. Well, they will buck their eyes forever. George Foreman is another one. Trump had some kind of boxing fight that he helped promote back in the day, and that helped get George Foreman out of bankruptcy. George Foreman is still bucking his eyes. Lord, I love you, Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump is good to me. Like, we got slave loyalty. We don't know when to say, hey, you know, this person helped me out back in the day, but he's fucking up now. Or just keep your mouth shut. Don King, he bucking his eyes over Trump. Yeah, out here, they got a new law where it's no longer a felony to give a motherfucker AIDS. Have y'all heard about that? They have a new law out here in California. Yeah, man, because, you know, back in the day, well, not too long ago, if you gave somebody AIDS knowingly, you know, that's like attempted murder. You're giving somebody a deadly disease. They rolled that back. They were like, shit happens. It's no longer a felony. So that sounds like some old population control thing there. They want it to be spread. Or you know what it is? A lot of white people are getting HIV and AIDS. There's a lot of white people with HIV and AIDS that they don't tell you about. You think all these heroin users out here, with major drug use comes major diseases. Don't think for a minute you have all of these people smoking meth, which fucks up your immune system, shooting heroin, you're using dirty needles. You think all these people ain't catching AIDS? There's a bunch of white people out here with AIDS they ain't telling you about. You go look around some of these places. You can tell they're looking like zombies out here. You dig? Jay Morrison's trying to call. Hold on. Call back up, Jay. Let me have him call up. Jay, call. Let me clear my lines. I'm going to let Jay call up. Call back up, Jay. But that's one of the reasons. See, when something starts affecting white society, all of a sudden they start relaxing them laws a little bit. Just like with the drug thing. When black folks were smoking crack, you got black folks in jail now for $5 and $20 rocks from the 80s. I got the phone line open for Jay, but all these people are calling. Hold on. Hello, who's calling? It's Jay?
No.
Call back, brother. Shit. All right. All right, the phone lines are open for Jay. Waiting on Jay to call up. Oh yeah, see, when things start to affect white society, all of a sudden the laws become real relaxed. Like with these gun laws. Now, black people, you shoot somebody, nigga, they got all types of guns. You don't even have to shoot nobody. Just black folks with guns, just like the Black Panthers. Black Panthers weren't out there shooting people all randomly. But just the fact that they had guns, well, they went and repealed all types of gun laws, and the NRA was totally behind them. Now you got crazed, suspected white supremacists shooting up 500 people at a time. And the dude had help, by the way. Let me put that in there. But they're relaxing the gun laws now. They're not talking about gun restriction. They're just talking about, and I said this, they're going to talk about banning a few accessories, but they will never do any kind of gun reform. That's just not going to happen. Black folks don't even get in that conversation. They're never going to do any kind of gun reform. That's just not going to happen. Not in the system of white supremacy. What's up? Who's calling? Hello? Okay, come on, man. Y'all fucking up, man. You just fucking around. I guess Jay, okay, y'all saying Jay was calling up. I guess he's not calling up. What's up, Natural Trump said, Bellagio patrons said they were shot at, multiple shooters. Yeah. That's bullshit, man. Hold on, let me find a clip of the Vegas PD. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me find something. Now, I wish Jay, if somebody's saying Jay Morrison is calling up, okay, I think this might be him. What's up? Who's calling?
This is Jay Morrison. Peace.
Hey, brother, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Thank you. How you, King?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Long time no hear, brother. I haven't spoken with you in a minute.
Yes, sir. Yeah, been about a year or so.
No doubt.
I'm glad we on.
Yes, sir. Now, Jay, what exactly happened down at Houston's in Atlanta?
Oh man, so every Friday afternoon, I do a team meeting with my staff for the Tulsa Real Estate Fund and Jay Morrison Academy. My team's been really killing it, so I'm like, hey, listen, we're going to lunch today. It's on me, and we actually were going to order in, but it was too much difficulty trying to order in all the moving parts. So we said, you know what, let's go next door, 2 doors down. You know, I'm treating today one of my staff, Queen Melinda, said, let's go to Houston. I said, screw it, let's go to Houston. Houston's on me. So we walked over, about 7 of us, and we went to Houston. They said, you know, we don't take parties of 7.
Okay.
And for those, so right now, I want to stop the story for a second. For those who are saying, why'd you go to Houston, not a black-owned establishment? Because there's no black-owned establishment to go eat at in Buckhead, Atlanta, Georgia.
Right.
Nor near our office. So out of convenience, and because my staff had to get back to work, we went 2 doors down to Houston's, right? So anyway, we walk into Houston, and they say, we don't take parties of 7. And so my queen, Ernestine Johnson, was there, and she said, you know what? We'll split up into parties of 4 and 3. And they said, well, we can't do that because we know you came in at 7. But we said, listen, we don't want you to split us. We'll take separate waiters. You know, we're not saying let's sit next to each other and your waiter has to, you know, do double work. We're saying we'll take separate waiters, separate bills, in separate areas of the restaurant. Look at us as 2 different parties. We'll sit as a separate 4 and a separate 3.
Right.
They said, you know what? We still can't do that because we know you came in together. And we said, so at that point, actually, I wasn't there at that point. My queen was. I walked in around that point, and when I got the backstory, I said, listen, I'm here to treat my woman out, my assistant, and my videographer. I want to take them to dinner. I'm speaking on behalf of 4 of us. I'd like to be seated. And they said, well, we can't seat you because we know you came with the other group right there. And at that point, the other 3, my general counsel and my digital marketing guy and one of my other staff said, we don't even want to eat here no more. So they said, look, we're not even with them. We're by ourselves. Please seat our 4. And they said, maybe if you walk back out and come back in, we can seat you.
Oh.
We said, are you crazy?
Wow.
And so the conversation got escalated, and they called. We asked for a manager, and one manager came and backed them up, and another manager or head chef came and backed them up, and then Jacob Cole, another manager or chef, came out, and you know he was talking very calmly, and I was trying to be very calm with him and dignified, and you know let's talk this through. And they're talking about policy, so we asked to see the policy. They pulled it up on their iPad, and the policy says Houston does not seat parties Houston may not seat or may not be able to accommodate parties of 6 or more. The interesting part is that the restaurant was half empty. And so we said, listen, we don't even care to be seated at the party of 7. So forget the 6 or more. Jacob, all we need to do is be seated as 4. And if you look on my YouTube, I posted a video, it's a 9-minute long video. At minute 5:26, I asked Jacob, I said, Jacob, what's the problem with seating us 4? I'm only speaking on behalf of 4 people. I don't represent anybody else but me and these 3 other people. I said, why can't we be seated? He said, I have no reason specific. He said, I have no specific reason why you can't be seated.
Right.
He said, but I'm going to ask you, the conversation has escalated, I'm going to have to ask you guys to leave. They called the police. 3 police officers came. You know, I was recording at that point. I had the wherewithal to start recording, and I caught about 80% of the conversation. You guys didn't see the beginning of the conversation, but at that point, we did catch him on camera admitting that there was just an arbitrary reason of why they chose not to seat us. Arbitrary meaning that there was just an opinion of their own. There was no policy enforced because we were within policy with the group of 4, and we left. Went to social media, and you know, you can ask the rest of your questions. I don't want to take up.
That's pretty much everything in a nutshell. Okay, yeah. So they did the 6 Negro policy. We talk about that all the time. How whenever there's 6 or more black people, that's always a threat to many of those in the dominant society. They start getting on alert, and all of a sudden these arbitrary rules start popping up. So yeah, that's one of their old little racist tricks that they like to pull. Yeah, I hope that Houston's need to be shut down. Nobody needs to rock with them no more. That type of thing, and I'm glad you guys are putting them on blast. That's a great thing if they're going to practice that type of refined discrimination, white supremacist nonsense. So yeah,
right. Tricknology and all of that. So the interesting part is when we went to social media, we got so many of our followers and supporters that started inboxing me pictures from the same Houstons on Lenox Road and the Peachtree Road and other Houstons around the country with 7, 8, 9 parties of 9, 7, and 8 of European Americans, even sitting around the table with 7 menus. And so they're saying that they may not be able to seat 6, so that leaves it up to their discretion of when they can seat 6 or not. Mm-hmm. But they most commonly seat 6 or more when it is people of European descent.
Oh,
and it gives them an option to not seat 6 when it's us. And so we put out the call to action. We looked at them in the eye. They had their smug faces. They were smirking at us when the cops came to pull us out. The token black girl up front was nodding her head. They thought they had a victory. And my queen told them, so we're going to have a couple hundred people out here tomorrow. We're going to shut you down. And they thought we was playing. They knew who they was messing with. They was messing with Young Knox and Young Betty. We put the call out. T.I. called us on the phone right away. A bunch of other of our celebrity and activist friends hit us up. And the next day, within 24 hours notice, we had a couple hundred outside in front of Houston, and we shut the whole shit down. Not only did we shut it down yesterday, they didn't make no money on Lenox Road. We shut it down today. They closed today on Sunday. We shut them down 2 days in a row. We didn't come out today.
Good.
And so
Good.
We show our people when we unify, get off our bullshit, get off our ego, when we actually unify and harness our economic power and just harness our power, our unity power, period, that, we shut shit down. We run shit. Like, America don't move without our ingenuity, without our dollars, and without our energy. And if our NBA players and NFL players knew that, they'd have control of the league. We got control of the whole thing once we unify and we stop being scared of our former slave masters' children.
No doubt, man. Good looking out. Jay, what's the website where everybody can find you, brother?
Yeah, so everybody can find me, jmorrison.net. My school site is jmorrisonacademy.com. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. J Morrison and on YouTube, J Mr. Real Estate. Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you. And listen, I'm going to be calling on you. I talked to Dr. Boyce Watkins yesterday. Talked to Killer Mike yesterday. We talked to Dave Banner. We got to galvanize as influencers and leaders. We got a real action plan, and it's time that if we, who are in influence and who are strong and super woke, if we can get together, we can galvanize our constituents. And any time there's a problem in our community, I believe that we can shut anything down and really we can start being a bully. Like right now, we get picked on. And what we've shown yesterday is that when we get together and we get on the same page, we can start picking the fight and we can start winning the battle.
No doubt, man. No doubt, brother, man. Good looking out, Jay. Thank you so much, brother.
Yes, sir, King. Peace.
All right. That's my man, Jay Morrison, man, down there in Atlanta. My real estate dude. Jay does that real estate thing. Jay's no joke with the real estate. But yeah, I'm glad they went and shut that bullshit down. I'm glad they shut that down. Yeah, but they use the 6 Negro Rule. And we talked about that in Hidden Colors too. When there's 6 or more black folks, they go on alert. That's too many. That's what integration is. Integration has a limit of Negroes they will allow. If 6 Negroes move to a certain neighborhood, white flight starts happening. If 6 or more black folks show up somewhere to a restaurant, all of a sudden, them policies start popping out. Them different policies. 6 or more black folks go to a club, all of a sudden, well, you got to be on the guest list. They got the 6 Negro Rule everywhere. Just show up somewhere with 6 or more black folks, and you'll learn the 6 Negro Rule. Show up anywhere. See, black folks are accepted in very small numbers. And see, that's the trick that throws black people off. See, when it's like 1 or 2 black people, especially when it's just one token black person, the black person don't think that the people around him are racist at all because they, as a matter of fact, go overboard treating that one black person nice. If you're the only black person somewhere, sometimes they they shower you with love, fake love, but they are over accommodating to you if you're one black person. And the sunken place Negro is fooled by that. He's like, damn, you some good white people. I don't know what they talking about. These good white folks. They love me. I love them. But it's just you. So you're not a threat. And most likely, you're a low-key coon anyway, or you moist, or you're a bedwench. They know they're Negroes. Understand, the white supremacists, they know they're slaves. They know they're Negroes. They know who to bring around. They know exactly who to bring around. That's why you go to any corporation, there's always the moist black dude walking around. Especially over at places like Ebony. And I get into arguments with those dudes all the time. Every time the white supremacists start talking greasy about black folks, you notice the people who back them up are usually people who work for Ebony, the Griot, the Root, or black folks who work at the Huffington Post. It's Negroes who are, and usually Gay Lives Matter niggas who are switching around the office. They're the token Negroes at these corporations, or the black man hating bedwench. Those are the ones you see at the Root, the Griot, Ebony, and Huffington Post. It's always one of these moist fuckboys working up there, towing the line for white supremacy. But yeah, they don't mind one or two token Negroes, especially if the male Negro is moist and the woman is a bedwench. She's running around there trying to suck a white dick. They have no problem with that. They know that she's controlled. The moist nigga's controlled. So don't think that you're special because you're the token Negro somewhere. And Jay said something very interesting when he called up. He was like, the people were like, well, how come y'all didn't go to no black restaurant? And black folks who say that dumb shit, get off that. Get off that. Understand this. We got to stop just running our motherfucking mouths. Because black folks got this whole thing, they see you going to a white restaurant, how come you ain't going to no brothers? Or if they see you hiring white people, how come you ain't got no white people or no black people? You know, it's that do the right thing. How come ain't no black folks on the wall? How come you ain't got no black folks working with you on your movie? That coon talk. Understand, too many of us are bullshitting when it comes to starting businesses. That's just a harsh reality. We don't have shit. And for the most part, black folks like fucking around, running their mouth, and not handling business. Too many of us don't handle business. So there is nothing to patronize. Black folks got this thing where there's all of these mythological black businesses somewhere. And they're not. We need them. I'm a black business owner. I got a business. I got a couple of businesses, but I'm rare. I would love to do more business with black. That's why I politic with my man Jay. I politic with David Banner. I politic with Boyce Watkins. That's why he was saying us, people who are doing it, we need to do bigger things, but we are far in between. Understand that. Black folks owning shit is very far in between. Let's stop pretending. We like to fuck around and play games. Like, I've been to places just desperately looking for some black-owned shit that just ain't there. Globally, nigga, this is globally. I remember going to Africa, to South Africa. I was looking for any black-owned restaurant, just any in South Africa. I was in where in South Africa was I? Was I in Johannesburg? I was in South Africa. I forgot what city I was in. But I was in South Africa. Cape Town. I was in Cape Town. Was I in Cape Town? I forgot what city I was in. I've been all over, but I was in South Africa. And I couldn't find one black restaurant, one black-owned restaurant. I just couldn't find it. I just could not find it. But we have this thing where black folks, we don't own shit and we don't handle business like we're supposed to. Just like this week, we were doing some stuff. We're doing a documentary. Well, not a documentary, but we're doing a reality show pilot for ISM Radio. It's some real good shit we're filming too. We're filming a pilot, like a TV show pilot for ISM Radio, and I might just put it up on YouTube or something. But it's real good shit. And we're just kind of filming a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that go on with us in the show. Real funny stuff. Real good stuff. And there was some stuff, we needed some people to come down to do some scenes for some things, because we had some auditions for something, for some projects that we're working on, because we're working on like a workout video that Layla's going to teach. We're going to do a workout video, so we're auditioning people for that. And black folks be flaking out all the fucking time, even behind the scenes working on the set. There are black people that I hired, and they flake out at the last fucking minute. Too many of us be on that flake shit, don't be handling business, and then when we're forced to hire other people, we got these old armchair ass militant, hey man, where's the black peoples? Where the black people at? How come ain't no black people? Shut the fuck up, nigga. You ain't hiring no black folks either. You ain't hiring shit, and you ain't doing nothing for no black folks. Man. Y'all kill. They miss me with that shit. How come ain't no black folks? Because niggas didn't show up. That's why. These motherfuckers didn't show up. Brothers be, especially out here, brothers be flaking like a motherfucker. You gotta overbook folks. Just like when we did 1804, man, we had to overbook people because we already knew half of them were gonna flake out, which they did, but it was fine. I knew to overbook. I knew to invite about 3 times as many people as we needed. And the right amount had to show up because most of them flaked out, but we got enough people we needed for the scenes. So we have to know how to handle that. We be on some flake shit. Black folks be fucking around on some flake shit too many times. Not all of us, but way too many. We don't handle business like we supposed to. Yeah, like Ola, man, when we go on tour, we always have to hire 2 or 3 people just in case a couple of don't show up. We overbook, and almost 9 times out of 10, the people, some of them don't show up, and we get the right number we need. So we have to be willing to pay extra for people just in case motherfuckers flake out. And that's some black folks be doing that shit heavy. Like white people out here, or anywhere, shit, white people, when it comes to some paper, they will show up. On time. They show up ready. Asian show up ready. Like when we did the audition, we did some auditions, and that's funny too. I can't wait till y'all see that. We did some auditions for the workout video. A couple of brothers showed up, which was good, but a couple of Asian folks, they showed up. All the white people showed up who were supposed to show up. The brothers, it was a sister, a couple of sisters. One flaked out. Couple of brothers flaked out. They call in, hey man, I'm gonna be late. I'm on the bus. All right, brother. All right, that type of shit. But we don't handle business like we need to. We got to start getting in the mindset of us handling business like we're supposed to, and stop fucking around playing all the time. That's the thing. Somebody, Morgan Freeman, man, that's a real good assessment. He said we're quick to cheerlead, but slow to play the field. See, that's our mentality. See, we got the thing where we like to turn up. We don't like to do the heavy lifting. We wanna show up to the after party. Just like when we were doing the 1804 movie, all the hard behind the scenes stuff, I gotta damn near beg folks to get down with it. Remember, I would be right on here begging people damn near. Some brothers and sisters, if you know how to do illustration, because we need a lot of illustrations for this movie. I mean, we got a lot of illustrations done from different sources. And I'm like, look, if you brothers and sisters, if y'all can really draw very good, man, hit me up and let's do it. And I was getting some flake shit. There was some people that I actually hired flaked out. Over and over and over again. The few people who sent me some shit that looked worth, putting on screen, I would say, okay, let's get down. Then they start fucking around and lollygagging and procrastinating. See, we got that very bad that we got to get out of our system. See, we think just showing up and applying or just saying that you can do something is some kind of accomplishment. I know we still do have that plantation mentality. You did? But we got to understand how the game is played. We got to do better. We got to stop fucking around because, look, y'all know about this new classification that the FBI has put on black people. The FBI just put out a report where they have basically waged war on black folks, officially. But before I get into that, I wanted to make a point about that white supremacist suspect shooter up there in Las Vegas. Because the FBI, they just put out a report really classifying black people as potential terrorists. And you just had a suspected white supremacist shoot up dozens of people. And that's why they keep using that lone wolf narrative. That shooter, they will not call him a terrorist. They go out of their way to not call him a terrorist. They keep pretending that this dude is some kind of lone wolf. He clearly has some kind of help. Even when the shooting was going on, anybody who was listening to the scanner, the police were repeatedly saying there are multiple shooters. There are multiple shooters. Eyewitnesses said there were multiple shooters. I mean, several eyewitnesses kept saying there are multiple shooters. There's some woman screaming, you all are gonna die. The police are saying it, witnesses are saying it, but now in the media report, he's a lone wolf who like country music. This dude was not a lone wolf. See, the thing is, if you start tying him officially with other people, you cannot deny that was premeditated terrorism. And they just put out a report yesterday, talking about the shooter may have had mental illnesses that were undiagnosed. Because the thing is, there is zero evidence that this guy had mental illness. Zero. Because that's where they always like to go. They don't like to dig into a suspected white supremacist criminal record. They like to dig into their medical record. If you had a tummy ache, they'll try to spin that. Well, he had irritable bowel syndrome, and that's known to cause depression. They'll spin that. So if you're a white supremacist killer, they go into your medical record so they can find a way to soften your image. But there's no evidence that this guy had any kind of mental illnesses. No documents, no medical reports, nothing. So they said, well, he may have had undiagnosed mental illness. So that's them reaching for any straw they can get. That's them reaching for any straw they can get. That's that affluenza bullshit. Yeah, it's part of his culture. His father was a criminal. He's a criminal. But this is the Las Vegas police officer. I don't know if he's the police chief, but I want y'all to hear this. I mean, even he can't even keep up the lie that the dude was a lone wolf. Look at this.
Not to close this case until we run down everything.
Should we ask the terrorist question?
Because look at this. I mean, you look at the weapon obtaining, the different amounts of tannerite available. Do you think this was all accomplished on his own? Self-value face value, you got to make the assumption he had to have some help at some point, and we want to ensure that that's the answer. Maybe he's a super guy. Maybe he superhero, not a hero, a super. I won't use the word. Maybe he's super Yahoo that was working out all this on his own, but it'd be hard for me to believe that.
And to that, do we need to ask the...
And here's the reason why. Put one and one together, two and two together. Another residence in Reno with several firearms, okay? Electronics and everything else associated with large amounts of ammo. A place in Mesquite. We know that he had a girlfriend. Do you think this is all self-facing? The individuals are just, without talking to somebody, it was sequestered amongst themselves. I mean, come on, folks. These type of investigations have been occurring in the last few years, and we have to evaluate that.
Okay, so that's the sheriff. The sheriff up there in Las Vegas, he's getting off code. He's getting off code. He's tired of the damn lies. Every now and then, a person in the dominant society, their conscience will just fuck with him. He's like, are we really going to go with this whole lone wolf thing? I mean, the dude clearly had help. Are we just going to keep this bullshit up? That was a Freudian slip. He's like, if he did it by himself, the dude is a superhero. Oops, I don't mean hero. But what he's saying is this: he had to be some kind of Superman to do this shit on his own. The sheriff is like, hey man, do we really got to keep up this bullshit lone wolf thing? We know he got help. How come we ain't saying it? Because somebody on the top has told him to just run with the lone wolf story, and he's like, man, come on, man. I like white supremacy, but damn, we just gonna outright bullshit everybody? I mean, he went all the way off code. That's the police chief or the sheriff out there. He went all off code. Because the whole lone wolf thing, because all of the evidence that they're finding, like, the dude didn't do all this by himself. Come on, man. Yeah, that white did not, trying to uphold white supremacy, he's like, well, logically, how we gonna tell this lie? So he's breaking code. No. The white supremacy, they're like, look, don't matter. We just keep repeating the lie. Just shut up. Just go along with it. Keep repeating the lie. Oh, they're going to get him straight. Trust me. He got tired. He's frustrated. So sometimes when people in the dominant society, when they get tired and frustrated, they just get off code and just start mistakenly telling the truth. Oh, he got off code. He's going to get some kind of reprimand from a higher up. Trust me. Trust me, somebody done hollered at him. But that's good. I'm glad he broke code. Because he's tired of lying. He don't want to sit up there and lie. Sometimes, he might be a decent dude. They don't want to, look, he's like, look, man. Look, the people got killed. Some of, people in my community got killed. I mean, damn. I want to solve this thing. Because he's like, I don't want to close the case because they're trying to sweep it under the rug. You notice that? As a matter of fact, they have swept this under the rug. They're not talking about this in the news cycle no more. They swept this. There was a massacre in a major American city where 500 people were wounded, 58 dead, which probably were more, by the way. And we're up here talking about the damn NFL. That shit, they act like it didn't even happen. The largest shooting in modern history, as they say, and they're not even talking about it no more. They're changing the subject onto different things. Sweeping this bullshit under the rug. You dig? Dude, I done told y'all it was more than one person. Because, see, the thing is, understand, if they admit that it was more than one person, that is terrorism. And when you start looking at the people who's involved, you're going to start looking in their background and you're going to see some white supremacist shit because this dude, the shooter, he lived out there by Clive and Bundy and all these other white supremacists. So when you start digging into some of the background of the people who probably helped this dude, you're going to see some white supremacist ideologies, then you're going to have to start labeling these white supremacists as terrorists, and they don't want to do that. They do not want to label white supremacists as terrorists. They don't want to do that because you have white supremacists who have infiltrated law enforcement. You dig? So, all the surveillance footage, I mean, I remember when the shit was going down that night, people were saying there were shootings at the Bellagio, there were shootings at the New York hotel, even that was trending. Dude, these are casinos. Do you know you can't even wipe your ass in a casino without a camera being in there? Let's be real. Let's stop fucking playing games. There are cameras on every inch of Las Vegas, especially the casinos. They got cameras on all the tables, cameras on all the slot machines, cameras on all the hallways, the elevators. Casinos are nothing but banks. Casinos are basically banks with rooms. They're nothing but banks. About to leave?
So I need
That's all I got for you, baby.
assistance. I can have 60.
No, that's enough. That's enough. What's that on your face? Say hello. How come you didn't take the makeup here?
Because I told her 100 and then she was like, well, we can only pay you 50, but thanks anyway.
Yeah, damn near. Let them know you
And
want
I was
to
like, well, good luck in your event and just let me know if you guys have any future ones. And she was like, okay, girl, thanks.
Mhm.
I was like, okay.
There you go. My daughter got her braces off. Look at them pretty teeth. Mhm. Look at them. Is that clear seal on your face?
No. It's,
Red name?
no.
What is that? Oh, okay. Boy. My daughter got these blemish creams on her face. All right, we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Yeah, we'll see you next week. No, I'm going to see you Thursday at the movie premiere. Are you coming out here first? Yeah, you can just come out here, I guess, or meet us there, whatever's convenient. All right, man. Sorry about that. Had a little daddy-daughter time. But yeah, like I said, in Vegas, ain't no blind spots in Vegas. Nigga, you know, they got footage of everything that went on in Vegas. Yeah, they got cameras on every corner in Vegas, dude. Oh, peanut side dude. Yeah, y'all need to block this nigga tomorrow. Okay, yeah, that peanut side dude nigga. Man. But that dude, that terrorist, and also those white supremacists went back out to Charlottesville, Richard Spencer and his ilk. And I told y'all, understand, Richard Spencer and those white supremacists, they had another march real late at night. They went out there in the cover of night. They had police protection. That's why they would not condemn those guys. Understand, those white supremacists went out to Charlottesville a few weeks ago and killed people. Killed and assaulted people. They were not labeled as terrorists, and they were allowed to go back last night. You dig? And now you have suspected white supremacists out here massacring people. You have white supremacists who murder people going back out to march. And the FBI just put out a report with a new classification called Black Identity Extremist. They just put out a memo, the FBI, saying Black Identity Extremists, aka BIE, likely motivated to target law enforcement officers. They just put this out. I'm going to read some of the summary. It says, the FBI assesses that it's very likely that black identity extremists, BIE, their perceptions of police brutality against African Americans spurred an increase in premeditated, retaliatory, lethal violence against law enforcement and will very likely serve as justification for such violence. Now, look at how they worded this. Blacks' perceptions of police brutality. So we're just perceiving this. We're just perceiving this. Now understand this. They just made up a brand new classification, BIE, because see, Black Lives Matter, it was hard to criminalize black people under Black Lives Matter. Because see, Black Lives Matter is a registered nonprofit and it's really run by 3 lesbians. So that's an organization that you can point to that has nothing to do with other black people. Black Lives Matter as a non-profit organization is 3 lesbians, 3 black females who happen to be lesbians. So they would try to classify all black people as Black Lives Matter. And one police officer actually tried to sue D. Ray McKesson because I think he said he got shot or whatever, and it's because of Black Lives Matter. And a black judge down in Louisiana, he ruled that Black Lives Matter is not an organization that can be sued because it's just a movement. It is not a quantifiable organization. That's like trying to sue the civil rights movement. So, but with this, they made this BIE thing very vague. Yeah, that judge put an end to that bullshit. So the white supremacists, they got other tricks up their sleeve. So now with this BIE classification, it's vague on purpose. So now that it's a catch-all for all black people. It's really the I'm white and I say so law. So now when they shoot you, all they have to do is say, well, look, I thought he was a BIE terrorist. So just identifying as a black person makes you a terrorist now in the United States of America. That's how heavy white supremacy has infiltrated law enforcement. And understand this, it was the FBI that warned us that white supremacists had infiltrated law enforcement. That's why lawyers need to get on this bullshit. Because the FBI, their own documents can be used to debunk this. Yeah, this is COINTELPRO 2.0. And understand this, FBI, I already know you're watching me. I know y'all got me on one of these lists. Y'all, they've already been to my house. I know y'all got all my shit tapped. I'm already knowing. So if all the FBI people here, and also the FBI troll pages, because a lot of these troll YouTube accounts who threaten me all the time, those are FBI people as well. Some of these anonymous YouTube people who threaten me and threaten my family and put my house address, that's that poison pen shit that they were doing in the 60s. The FBI would do that in the 60s and they do it now. So I'm already hip. I know that you guys monitor everything I do. That's why I walk the straight and narrow. I don't do anything that I'm not supposed to do. I'm all for justice and maintaining the Constitution. You dig? So whatever I talk about, I say the same thing on here. So I say that for the record. So they can never say I'm doing some shit that I ain't supposed to be doing. I know you guys monitor me. I know that the feds, FBI came to my house when my son was born. I told y'all about that before. They sent 2 black agents to my house. So I'm already knowing. I'm already knowing. Oh yeah. Yeah, that keyboard musician. Yeah, I'm saying your name, keyboard musician. I know you're an FBI agent. Many people have said that too. That keyboard musician dude. This dude who threatened, he has thousands of videos threatening me, and the fact that they allowed this motherfucker to threaten me and my family on YouTube repeatedly, that's because of FBI protection. Oh yeah. But Oh yeah. Anytime you threatening people on the internet, when you're threatening people on the internet and nothing happens, you just allowed to do it. That's some agent shit. What happened? One of Jason Black videos got taken down. What happened with Jason Black? Yeah, but you gotta look. They're there. I understand. So all of us are gonna start being under surveillance. You gotta understand that. All of us are gonna be under surveillance at some point. So they flagged one of Jason Black's pages. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, I knew they were gonna hit Jason Black eventually. Yeah, anytime black folks are spitting the truth, I know they got Professor Black Truth. I know they got him. Yeah, I know they got him. Oh, when Jason Black did a video about BIE and they took it down, see? Oh yeah. Well, that keyboard musician dude said he was gonna kill me. Yeah, this dude. That keyboard musician said he was going to kill me multiple times. He even had, somebody showed me a link. He had like a page talking about Tariq Nasheed's funeral. I mean, this dude makes blatant death threats to me. Blatant death threats. And they allow him to do it over and over again. When you make blatant death threats to somebody over and over again and they don't take your shit down, those motherfuckers working with the feds. You dig? But the thing is, with this BIE, this Black Identity Extremist con that they got, they made the language very vague. They made it extremely vague so that they can label anybody as a BIE. Anybody can be labeled as a BIE. And this is the cold thing too, because a lot of times, look at the words. It says Black Identity Extremist. So people who identify with black, but you're extreme, meaning that you don't want to be killed by police. That means, and I said they're going to start making any type of, if you don't want to be killed, they're going to say, well, you're anti-police. So they got another loophole in here too, because there's some people who will say, well, they can't target me because I don't identify as black. You see? Because you know you got a lot of people who do that. Some people will be like, well, I'm part of the Moorish Science Temple, so I don't identify with black. You got it? So they thought ahead of time. Because when you look at the FBI document, the FBI document says this. It says, the FBI sources, the FBI assesses that it's likely that some BIEs are influenced by a mix of anti-authoritarian, Moorish sovereign citizen ideology and BIE ideology. Got it? So they put the Moorish thing in there. They said they ain't gonna let you get away with that. They put the Moorish thing in there. They associated Moorish Science Temple and the Moorish ideology in there. Oh, I'm trying to see. They put it in there a couple of times. They weren't going to let you get out of that. They were not about to let you get out of that. It says the FBI assesses it's very likely that few of the BIEs who have targeted law enforcement since 2014 were influenced by more than one ideological perspective. The FBI judges it's very likely that 4 of the 6 BIE attacks against law enforcement since 2014, the perpetrators were motivated by a mix of BIE ideology and Moorish sovereign citizen extremists. They weren't going to let you get away with that. Just in case dudes were going to go to court and say, well, you killed my cousin and he was a Moor, they're like, whoops, we got that covered. They got all-encompassing language. Well, they're playing chess. They are playing chess. They got all that shit. They already know where you're going to go with it. They already know. Excuse me. So that right here, this BIE thing, that has just really put a target on everybody's back who's black. That put a target on everybody's back. Oh, so okay, yeah, you got Jason Black's video. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, I knew they were going to start targeting Jason Black. Anybody who's really speaking any truth to power, they're going to target them. They're going to target them. And look, they monitor what's being said on YouTube. Again, because when the FBI came to my house, they were asking me about things that I said on YouTube. They were asking about things I said on YouTube. And understand, the FBI and law enforcement, they can help get some of the videos removed. You dig? This is why when you see these anonymous fuckboys making video after video, making threats, understand that's law enforcement. There's a reason why they can be online anonymously making threats over and over again. It's not like the feds don't know. That's one of their guys. And, oh yeah, keyboard musician dude, and I don't watch the video. I know you watching. I know the agency has you watching. And even though you're with the feds, look at what shitty job they got you, nigga. They got you on a bullshit assignment. They got you doing low-level bullshit assignment shit for the feds. They got you on internet duty. They got you doing bullshit assignments. That's the sad thing about your shit. They got you doing anonymous threats on some COINTELPRO poison pen shit. They got you on internet duty. They got you like a meter maid for the feds. They got you on coon duty. Man. Man. Yeah, we got to get on the common code. We got to get on the common code. Oh yeah, they frisk him before he goes home. Exactly. Man. Yeah, they got that nigga on coon patrol. He's like an FBI janitor. They got him on a bullshit ass internet assignment. You like my shirt? Thank you very much. You dig? They always do that. The feds, they always get these anonymous niggas, especially when I'm about to release a movie. They always do that to try to, they get these internet niggas. They've been doing that since 2011. They get these random internet niggas that they assign to do the poison pen letter thing, to just kind of make videos over and over to try to discredit me. And they've been doing that since 2011. They've been doing that for a long time, so I'm used to that. Oh yeah, they get these niggas who are, you know, who's trying to beat a case and say, okay, look, nigga, we got to have you do this bullshit ass assignment. You dig? Well, that's what they're telling him to do. I mean, come on. Nobody makes videos about somebody just over, just thousands of videos about somebody you ain't on assignment. It's a motherfucker who's on assignment. That's all that is. And you got to come to expect that. But somebody said he got a GoFundMe page, and he put his own money up there to make it seem like somebody, okay, yeah, that's Fed shit. Yeah, he put up a GoFundMe page, but all the money that's on there, he put on there himself to make it seem like he has some kind of movement. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that. Yeah, he put up the money himself on the page. Oh yeah, I believe that. Yeah, somebody just said he opened up a GoFundMe page and he put the money up on it. He put the money up there himself to make it seem like he has a following, which he really doesn't. Yeah, the FBI gave him a couple of grand to put on there. Yeah, the FBI gave him a couple of grand. You dig? Oh yes, that Dothard. Don't think, y'all know they had agents like Dothard Perry back in the 60s and 70s. You better believe they got these same Dothard Perry type niggas out here. They still got the Dothard Perrys. Come on now. They've been doing that since the 60s. They've always had that. The FBI would have these funded groups that would throw darts and make public denunciations of the Black Panthers and would write cartoons about the Black Panthers, and they called them poison pen letters. It would be the feds putting out all this propaganda but making it seem like it was an alternate black group. You dig? But back to that BIE thing. That BIE thing is very dangerous. That BIE thing is very dangerous, family. Because now they don't need any justification no more. Because now they're tired of getting sued. You know, they're tired of getting sued all the damn time. So now they're going to have an excuse in order to justify killing random black people. They just shot another black man, I think somewhere in Utah, shot him in the back, then planted evidence, lied on the report, nothing happened to him. Yeah, y'all don't have to put up, you know, his accusations. I mean, he's going to say stupid shit. I mean, it is what it is. You dig? Yeah, now y'all gossiping. I don't give a shit about it. You dig? I don't give a shit about what this nigga says. I don't really watch none of his videos because I know he's a goddamn fed. You dig? Patrick Harmon. But yeah, they shot that brother in the back, planted evidence, lied on the report. So that's, you know, they're not even coming up with good lies now to let these race soldiers go. They're just straight up letting them execute you at will, and they need some kind of documented justification for doing so now. And this whole black identity extremist terrorism propaganda is what they're going to use. They're going all the way Jim Crow with it. What about Nelly? Did y'all hear about Nelly's rape accusation? Did y'all hear about Nelly? The rapper Nelly was in Washington State somewhere, I think Auburn, Washington. He did a concert. On his tour bus, the female went in there, something happened, and she said rape, and they arrested Nelly. And right there let me know that 9 times out of 10, that must have been a white woman, because Nelly got arrested way too fast. So that only happens when it's a white woman making the accusations, no investigation, no real investigation. They immediately arrested Nelly, because that's all it takes is an accusation. A white woman makes an accusation against a black man. Just like the 15 rules of white supremacy, the white person has to get the benefit of the doubt. So they immediately arrested him. Remember, when Chris Brown had a party at his house and there was a white woman there who said that Chris Brown pulled a gun on her, within minutes, you had SWAT teams and helicopters outside Chris Brown's house. Based on a false accusation, it was proven that the woman lied. She clearly lied. They didn't find no guns or nothing. Everybody says she lied. She planned on lying. She had nothing to lose. They have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain for lying. So anytime a white supremacist female make up an accusation about a black person, it's automatically believed. So Nelly was immediately arrested, and what I said on Twitter sounded like there was some kind of, may have been consensual sex, and she flipped it and said it was rape, because all sex between black men and white women in a system of white supremacy is considered rape. All sex. They always look at it as rape. Even if it's consensual, they look at it as rape. Just like the dude from Fox News, Charles Payne, was having an affair with a white woman up there at Fox News. The affair got exposed, and immediately she claimed rape. He got suspended, and now he's being sued. Say Media Takeout is reporting it's a Caucasian woman. Do they have proof? Media Takeout is so not a reliable source. Media Takeout is a horrible source. Yeah, they have a history of lying. But I said that most likely it's a white woman. Hold on. I said that it was a white woman. Okay, I'm looking at Media Takeout. They said it's a world exclusive. Okay, I know she's 21. Let me see. Now, according to a person in the know, the woman claiming to have been sexually assaulted is believed to be a 21-year-old Caucasian woman. Oh, okay. That's just them trying to get hits. They'll say anything for a YouTube hit or a hit to their website. But most likely it was a white woman. And some of the details are coming out. It's something about he had sex with her without a condom. She was drunk, something. That's another thing. Anytime a white female has sex with a black person and she decides, hey, I wasn't in my right mind, or she decides to say, I didn't want to do it, even if it's 50 years later, they will say that it's rape. Just like Bill Cosby. Many of the people that Bill Cosby was with, they were in sexual relationships repeatedly. They had sexual contact over and over again, but then 50 years later, well, you know what? My memory, if it serves me right, I was drugged and raped. Whoop, we got to take him to court. That's what I'm saying. All sex is considered rape in a system of white supremacy with a black man and white woman, because they say if a woman is not in her right mind when she's having sex, it is technically considered rape. And if she's with a black man in the system of white supremacy, the white supremacist says she could not be in her right mind, so it has to be rape. Just like with Harvey Weinstein, he got all types of sexual harassment allegations towards him, and you got some of these white feminists representing him. You dig? So now they're really trying to get on Nelly. They're showing him singing to little kids and little white girls, and it was real innocent what he was doing. He's just bringing them on stage on some Disney shit because, he's trying to, pander to that crowd, and there's little children at his concert, and he's bringing them on stage singing to them. It's not sexual, but again, it's that we got to sexualize him and pervert him. You dig? Whereas you have white males who are convicted of rape who get slaps on the wrist and they get to walk. You got white males who get convicted of molestation and they get slaps on the wrist. You have just a number of these white dudes over and over again who get caught up with rape and get slaps on the wrist. They rape students. They rape women. What's that dude, Brock Turner? What's his name? The guy who raped a woman in an alley and they gave him a slap on the wrist. But all sex with black men and white women, they consider it rape even if it's consensual, even if you go to court and they say it wasn't rape. Just like Nate Parker. Remember, Nate Parker went to court. A court of law said, no, this dude did not rape nobody. They said, well, we just going to call you a rapist anyway. You had sex with a white woman, so we just going to call you a rapist anyway. Even though you went to court and they proved you didn't rape anybody, we just going to say you raped them anyway. You dig? We just gonna say it's rape anyway, even though the court system said it wasn't. Well, you're black, she's white, that's rape. So there's always been there's a culture, a white supremacist culture of falsely accusing black people of rape. That's part of white supremacist culture. With Emmett Till was a child looking at a white woman. They said that was rape and they killed this child. That's part of white supremacist culture. They would burn down entire cities of black people over fake rape allegations. Just like in Tulsa, Oklahoma. They used a fake rape allegation to burn down an entire black community. You did? Man. Oh yeah, but Woody Allen, I mean, the molestation with him is praised almost. Roman Polanski, they still praise and protect Roman Polanski. You did? All sex with black men and white women in a system of white supremacy is considered rape. And on the flip side, no form of sex with a white man and a black woman is considered rape. Even if he beat her in the head and force himself on her in an alley, that is not considered rape. The only time they will consider that rape is if the white male is not all the way white. If they can just kind of pass off his ethnicity or something. White dudes don't get punished for raping black women. And if a almost white dude does get punished, he has to be a serial rapist, just like that race soldier in Oklahoma that raped all those sisters. But he was like a hopper. He was half Asian. He looked at himself as white, though. But he was raping all those sisters. He raped so many, they had to say, okay, well, shit, we got to do something with you. Daniel Holtzclaw, exactly. And they're going to get him out of prison pretty soon. Remember, he wasn't convicted for all of the women he raped. Some of the women he raped, they dismissed the cases. They were still looking for excuses for this dude. They were still looking for excuses for this damn dude for raping all them sisters. There's a cop up there in New York who went to a sister's house and raped her. Gave him a slap on the wrist. He didn't get convicted. There was another case of a black girl up there in New York got raped recently by two officers. There were some kids in the park. They took one girl somewhere in an alley and both of the cops raped her. And the cops even admitted to having sex with the woman and nothing happened to the cops. This was recently in New York. Little light-skinned black girl. Looked like she's mixed with something. No sex is rape between a white man and a black woman. No, they don't consider that rape. They don't consider that rape at all. They normalized raping black women. It was just normal. That's why those pretend white feminists, I always remind them when they try to use black men as their whipping post to try to galvanize some money and try to shame black folks into not going along with their white supremacist agenda, always bring up the fact that they don't do shit about black women who've been raped. Nothing. They claim to be about women's rights, and they don't say nothing when white supremacist males rape black women and beat black women and assault black women. They say nothing. What's this link?
Thousands of deleted emails from a key player in Daniel Holtzclaw's conviction are suddenly recovered.
Oklahoma City claimed the DNA chemist retired, and policy called for them to be erased from the server.
The legal battle at the Court of Criminal Appeals, coupled with our quest for information, prompted the city to dig deeper. News 9's Lisa Monahan.
See, this is that Daniel Holtzclaw thing. So they're looking for all types of loopholes to get him out. You see that? They're looking for loopholes to get him out. They're looking for loopholes to get that dude out of prison for raping all them sisters. They're going to start looking at, well, some emails were deleted and there was tampering with evidence, so we're going to have to let him go. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to find some technicalities to get him up out of jail. You dig? But yeah, they're going to start using that I'm white and I say so rule on us heavy. So just understand the system that you're in. You dig? Anyway, man, let me get up out of here. I got work to do. I got to start getting everything ready. The movie premieres this week. Something's going on with the site. Some of the movie theaters aren't showing up when you click the link. So I don't know if that means they're sold out, but hold on. Okay, it's working now. Okay, hold on. Okay, so the site is working now. Hold on, let me see something. Okay, it's working now, so you guys can go to 1804movie.com. Get your tickets, 1804movie.com. Everything is working on the site. Now, let me check out something. Hold on 1 second. 1804movie.com. Okay, yeah, everything is working on the site. Now, earlier something was going on with the site. I think a lot of people might have been on it or something. But go to 1804movie.com. You can all get your tickets now. I'm going to be at the Los Angeles screening out here this Thursday. Get your tickets at the Area Fine Arts Theater. The New York showings are sold out. Washington, D.C. is sold out. Check the other cities and see what's popping. 1804movie.com. Also, get your Ogun shirts at TariqElite.com. Get your Ogun shirts at TariqElite.com. Ladies and gentlemen, get your Ogun shirts. Wear them at the premiere. But get your Ogun shirts at TariqElite.com. I will holler at you guys Tuesday on ISM Radio, and y'all have a good night.